Hey YouTube, what's up? It's CS back here with another installment, and here are my picks for UFC 139, Shogun versus Henderson. Alright folks, but before I move on with my picks, I do have another contest to introduce, and it's regarding the main event fight between Mauricio Shogun and Dan Henderson at light heavyweight. Yeah, this is what I'm giving away for it. Of course, Shogun was on this card. Yes, that's UFC Rio. This is a DVD set for it. It was an amazing card, so if you are a fan of it, please enter my contest, or if you're a fan of anyone on that card, just enter. Again, it's only for my subscribers, so make sure you are subscribed. But yeah, you know how it works. Just tell me who you think is going to win the main event fight between Dan Henderson and Mauricio Shogun. Pick a winner and pick an outcome. Make sure you're specific with the outcome, like a first round submission, or a split decision, or a second round TKO. And yeah, if you get that shit right and you are subscribed, you're eligible to be picked at random, and this could be yours. Again, folks, if you like receiving cool free stuff, please enter my contests. They'll only cost you a comment and a subscription. That being said, let's move on and take a look at 139 altogether. And altogether, it looks awesome. All these matchups look pretty solid. And as long as 137 doesn't happen again with people getting injured left and right, I don't think there's a shot at this card being whack at all. I think it's going to be a solid night of fights if everyone stays healthy. So hopefully that happens. But what I especially like about this card is that there's at least one UFC level fighter in every one of these bouts. You know, there's maybe 3-4 tops guys who aren't UFC caliber altogether on this card. When you compare that to 138, and over half the guys were scrubs. So just saying, you know, this is a pretty solid card, and you know, I really can't wait for it. This is definitely high quality stuff in the main card too. Like the last 3 fights on the main card, you know, the 6 guys going at it there are all former world champions. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So hopefully I can get to it as soon as possible. Let's start with the first bout of the main card between Kingsbury and Bonnar in light heavyweight. Alright folks, this is a classic matchup of 2 different strikers going at it. You have the brawler in Bonnar, and on the other side you have the more technical striker in Kingsbury. If Bonnar is going to win, he's just going to move forward, throw a lot of straight punches, induce Kingsbury into a brawl, stand in the middle of the cage with him, and throw bombs, and not letting Kingsbury establish his range or allowing him to stick and move. But if Kingsbury is going to win, he's going to stick and move. He's going to use angles. He's going to use better footwork. He's faster. He's stronger. His athletic ability should allow him to dictate the pace of the fight. Along with him being the more technical striker, he should be more elusive. Bonnar is relatively easy to hit. He should be able to hit him, tattoo him with a lot of combinations. Bonnar has a good chin, so he should be able to eat those punches. But for the most part, that's what Kingsbury is going to do if he's going to win. I'm going to pick him to win. I think his athletic ability is too much for Bonnar. Bonnar is not the greatest athlete whatsoever. He's not fast. He's not strong. He's a decent striker. You know, his takedown defense is shaky. I think if Kingsbury feels like bringing him down to the ground to score points, I think he can. You know, I just see this going Kingsbury's way. If Bonnar is going to win this fight, you know, he's going to have to catch Kingsbury and put him out via TKO. I don't see that happening. I see Kingsbury just outstriking him over the course of 3 rounds. So that's my pick. Unanimous decision for Kingsbury. Alrighty, folks. Next fight, it's in welterweight. It's between Kampmann and Rick Story. It's another contrast of styles. It's a pretty solid matchup, guys. You know, one of 2 things can happen here. It's either Rick Story gets screwed up on the feet by Kampmann, or Rick Story dominates Kampmann on the ground. You know, for the most part, if Rick Story is in takedown mode, he's hard to stop. You know, he's strong, he's explosive, he's relentless, and he's just most likely going to get those takedowns. He wasn't in takedown mode against Charlie Brenneman. I was really surprised there, and he allowed Charlie Brenneman to out-wrestle him. That's unfortunate, but you know, if you take a look before that, you know, the Thiago Alves fight, he was relatively aggressive for takedowns. He kept going for him up until he gassed. That's what I think is going to happen in this fight. I think that he's going to get takedowns on Kampmann, put him on his back where Kampmann's weakest, and just look to ground pound him and just control for, you know, a decision. I think he will gas towards the end of round 2. I think Kampmann will be able to get up by then, and then tee off on Rick Story on the feet. He's by far the better striker. He's a solid boxer, good counter puncher, and if he's able to find his range on the fighter, he's sometimes able to stop them or just win the round via boxing. I see him taking the third round, but I don't see him stuffing Rick Story's takedowns early. I think Rick Story is going to be in takedown mode 100% for this fight. I just don't see Martin Kampmann being able to stop him. So that's why I'm picking Rick Story, 29-28, unanimous decision. Alright folks, moving on. Next bout's in bantamweight between Urijah Faber and Brian Bowles. Big bout for the division. Whoever wins this probably gets a Scott Jorgensen or a Renan Barão, someone like that. Or possibly they might give the winner another shot against Dominic Cruz. We'll see, but let's take a look at what they have against each other. Both are solid wrestlers. Both have solid submission game. They both have deadly guillotines, and on the feet, they're pretty capable strikers. Both have good combinations. Both have solid power. Faber's a good Muay Thai guy, and Bowles has solid boxing stuff himself. For the most part, I think Faber's going to be better in the areas necessary, and that's what's going to win him the fight, of course. I think he's a better wrestler than Bowles, and I think he's a better overall grappler. I think that he's going to be able to put Bowles on his back, beat him down with ground and pound, and go for submissions. And Bowles is going to have difficulty getting back up to his feet because in the scramble situations, Faber's most dangerous there. Wouldn't shock me to see Faber put him in a guillotine or something like that and Bowles taps. I just think he's overall better everywhere on the ground. I think that's what's going to win him the fight. I think he does it over the course of 3 rounds. So that's my pick. Urijah Faber via unanimous decision. Alright folks, moving on. Next up is a fight between two middleweights. Vanderlei Silva and Cung. This is the co-main event. Can't believe it's actually going down. Like, a part of me wants to see it because for however long this lasts, it's going to be pretty exciting. But a part of me doesn't want to see it because I think Vanderlei's been done for a while. You know, I really think he should consider retiring because he's taken too many shots to the head over the years. Like, I don't want this guy to develop like any post-traumatic concussion syndrome or whatever. You know, I just hope he's okay by the time his career is done. For the most part, I think he's going to be done officially after this fight. He's going to come out there, do what he usually does. Storm in, move forward, throw a lot of straight punches in hope of TKOing his opponent. But I don't see that happening. I think he's going to move forward and do all that and throw the flurry. But I think Cung is going to be ready for it. You know, I think he's going to eat some of those punches. But for the most part, I don't see him breaking mentally. I think he's going to be able to retaliate as well. You know, I just can't see Vanderlei Silva coming in there and doing what he wants to do. I just see Cung retaliating in the middle of that. And I don't think Vanderlei Silva's chin is going to be able to hold up. So, you know, I got Cung cracking him sometime early in the first round within that flurry. I think that Vanderlei goes down like a sack of bricks, and I think Cung finishes him off with more punches for the TKO win first round. It's my knockout of the night. So we'll see. Again, Cung first round TKO via punches. Alright folks, moving on. Next bout's in light heavyweight. It's the main event between Mauricio Shogun Rua and the Strikeforce light heavyweight champion Dan Hollywood Henderson. Guys, this fight is huge for the light heavyweight division. Whoever wins this probably gets a title shot. If not, another contender bout. We'll see. Let's take a look at Mauricio Shogun Rua. Of course, when he is healthy, he is a Muay Thai machine. Knockout power in all limbs. Solid combinations. He's very athletic, very fast. Again, when he is healthy, he's able to move in and out of the pocket. When he moves in, he throws those combinations. And when he moves out, he's ready to counterpunch you. The guy is just a handful on the feet. Of course, he has solid takedown defense as well. And when he does get taken down, if he does, you know, he usually has enough explosiveness to get back up onto his feet. So, again, when he is healthy, he is a handful. But on the other side, you have Dan Henderson. You know, he has that Greco-Roman wrestling background. You know, he's a former Olympian. He's also very strong, so, you know, if he utilizes that wrestling, he's able to just take most dudes down, keep them down, solid top control, solid ground and pound as well. On the feet, in the clinch, he's pretty good there too. Solid dirty boxing, but what he's been doing as of late is just standing with dudes, even if they're strikers, and just putting them out with that nasty falcon punch, that H-bomb, that overhand right. He took out Fyodor with it, he took out Fejao with it. You know, he's pretty nasty with that thing, and as long as this thing's standing, you know, he has a puncher's chance. And I think he beats Shogun Rua if Shogun Rua is, you know, not close to 100%. If that's the case, Shogun's not going to look as fast as he normally is. He's going to look sluggish. And I think Dan Henderson might be able to catch him with that H-bomb. But I haven't heard that Shogun is, you know, unhealthy by any means. So I'm going to, you know, pick him to win this. I think he's going to look fast. I think Dan Henderson's going to have a hard time with the speed. And, you know, I think he's going to be able to hit Dan with whatever combos he so chooses. I think he's going to batter his legs with leg kicks. I think he's going to go to his body and just beat him with kicks there too. You know, I just see Dan Henderson missing all day with that H-bomb, and I don't look for Dan to, you know, take him down or anything. I think he'll just oblige a strike and hopefully hit that H-bomb, but I just don't think he does over the course of 5 rounds. I don't see Henderson getting finished by the striking of Mauricio Shogun. Henderson has one of the best chins of all time, and I don't think it's deteriorated still. I think he's going to stay alive over the course of 5 rounds. So yeah, you know, I'm just picking him to get outstruck. So again, my pick, Mauricio Shogun via unanimous decision. Well, alright folks, there it is. That about does it for me and my picks for UFC 139, Shogun versus Henderson. Hope you guys enjoyed them, and I hope you do enjoy the event. Again, I think it's not going to be whack whatsoever if everyone stays healthy. I really like these matchups, and I like who's on it, so you know, it should be a good night of fights. Again, if you want to enter my contest for this, please do so. Again, it will only cost you a comment and a subscription. So there's that. And yeah, my undercard picks are in the description below if you feel like checking those out. Comment to me whatever you think about my video or the card itself. Just leave me comments in the comment section below. I'd like to know what you guys think. And yeah, I guess that about does it for me. So thank you for all the support once again, guys, and take care.